gratitude lists don't manifest anything. You can write them every morning, fill entire notebooks, recite every blessing you can think of, and still see nothing change. Not because gratitude is fake, but because the way most people use it is powerless. Gratitude doesn't manifest, recognition does. And most people aren't recognizing anything. They're pretending. People treat gratitude like a ritual, a checklist, something to complete so they can feel like they're doing it right. They sit down, write 5 things, repeat the same phrases. Grateful for my life, grateful for my health, grateful for what's coming. And for a moment, it feels productive. But watch what happens after. They close the notebook and go back to reacting the same way. They complain about small inconveniences. They feel tension when things don't go their way. That's the real signal. Not what they wrote, what they return to. Gratitude is not what you say once a day. It's what you recognize automatically throughout the day. And most people don't recognize anything. They filter everything through lack. What's missing? What's late? What's not enough yet? That's not gratitude, that's correction. Correction is unstable because the nervous system doesn't change from repetition. It changes from recognition, from what you consistently notice without forcing it. Most people aren't ungrateful. They're inattentive. They don't see what's already working. They don't register progress unless it's dramatic. They don't acknowledge alignment unless it's obvious. So their baseline stays the same, focused on absence. And the law doesn't respond to occasional gratitude. It responds to dominant perception. What you naturally notice, what you default to, what you expect without thinking. That's what gets reinforced. So you can write gratitude lists for years. But if your first reaction to reality is still lack, nothing changes. Because your identity hasn't shifted. Only your ritual has. People treat gratitude lists like a technique, a ritual, a trick to hack the universe. If I write down what I'm grateful for, I'll attract more of it. That's not gratitude, that's bargaining. A gratitude list created from fear is still fear. A gratitude list created from lack is still lack. Your pen can't hide your energy. For most people, gratitude lists become a performance of positivity, not an embodiment of receiving. They write the same things over and over because they try to convince themselves they're okay. But convincing is not creation. Convincing is insecurity. It is fear of the void. And the universe doesn't respond to performance. It responds to identity. Gratitude is not appreciating what you have. It's about expanding who you are. Real gratitude is the nervous system saying, I can hold more. Not because you made a list, but because you're stable enough to receive beyond your current comfort zone. Gratitude is capacity. Capacity is manifestation. At least doesn't grow your capacity. Your identity does. Why does everything keep coming back to identity? Because it does. Because nothing else holds. Because everything else breaks. Here's the truth most people avoid. You can't attract more if you don't feel safe having more. Gratitude at least trying to force safety, but safety cannot be forced. It must be embodied. Embodied gratitude is silent, calm, normal. A state of, I already have more than enough, and I'm ready for more. Because more doesn't overwhelm me. That is the signal reality responds to. You don't manifest by listing what you're grateful for. You manifest by becoming someone who can hold what you're asking for. Gratitude is not a mind exercise. It's a capacity upgrade. When your nervous system recognizes abundance as familiar, not rare, not fragile, not something you have to protect, that's when your life expands. Not when you write it, when you can hold it. Gratitude doesn't create your reality. Your capacity to receive does. Remember that.